house, everything had a price tag. A goodnight hug from mom was $1. Dad spinning me in the air for 3 minutes was $5. I kept a careful record of these transactions in my head, then paid them, coin by coin, from my little teddy bear purse. Dad said it was to teach me to be independent and to never take anything for granted. He called it paying your way. The thing I feared most wasn't monsters in the dark. It was Dad looking at the bill and saying, "Willow, you've overspent on affection today." I tried so hard to save up, to buy more and more love, until the day a strange man offered me a piece of candy in a shiny wrapper. I habitually asked him how much it cost. He said it was free. All I had to do was walk with him for a little while. My teacher, Mrs. Davis, gave me a shiny star sticker. It glittered on the back of my hand like a real star. All the other kids held up their stickers for their moms to see, but I didn't. I carefully peeled it off and hid it in my pocket. My little hand clutched my pocket all the way home, my mind racing with calculations. Dad had taught me that its value needed to be assessed, then used to offset my educational expenses. How much was it worth? $1? $2? I was nervous. If I priced it too high, Daddy would call me dishonest. But if I priced it too low, it felt like I was disrespecting my teacher's praise. When I got home, Mom was mopping the floor. I ran to her and fumbled inside my faded little teddy bear purse, finally pulling out a single coin. I held it out to her. "Mommy," I whispered, "I want to buy a hug." Something flickered in her eyes, but it was gone as quickly as it came. She straightened up and opened her arms. I stepped into them. 1 second, 2 seconds, she let go. She took the coin from my hand and dropped it into a glass jar on the kitchen windowsill. A thin layer of coins already covered the bottom. My father, Arthur, was sitting on the sofa. He glanced up, then tapped something into his phone. "What did you accomplish at school today?" he asked, his eyes still glued to the screen. My heart pounded as I pulled the star sticker from my pocket and handed it to him. He took it without a word of praise, snapped a picture with his phone, and uploaded it with a note. "Return on educational investment, ROEI, non-monetary asset X1. Estimated value, $2, to be deducted from educational expenses." I breathed a sigh of relief. My estimate was close. Just then, the doorbell rang. Mom answered it. My Aunt Claire and my cousin Leo were standing on the porch. "Alara!" my aunt cried, sweeping me up from the floor and planting a huge kiss on my cheek. "Oh, my sweet girl, I've missed you so much." I froze. Aunt Claire's hug was warm. It wasn't fast like Mom's, and I knew Dad wasn't timing it in his head. But this hug was too expensive. I squirmed out of her arms and hid behind my mother, clutching her dress. "Mommy, Auntie's hug. How much do I have to pay? I don't have enough money. Can I owe you?" The smile vanished from my aunt's face. She stared at me, then at my parents, her expression one of pure disbelief. My cousin Leo, a year older than me, didn't understand the sudden shift in mood. He ran over and pushed his transformer into my hands. "Here, Willow, you can play with this." I recoiled as if I'd been burned, clutching my teddy bear purse to my chest. "I can't just take things from you." "Arthur, Alara, look at what you've done." Aunt Claire finally exploded, her finger trembling as she pointed at my parents. "Are you insane? You're turning a child into a monster. This is a home, not a corporation." My father adjusted his glasses. "You don't understand, Claire," he said calmly. "This is a progressive parenting philosophy. We're cultivating her independence, teaching her the value of things. It will give her a competitive edge later in life." "Independence? A competitive edge?" My aunt laughed, a harsh, bitter sound. "She's 4 years old. What she needs is unconditional love, not a damn quid pro quo." My mother tugged on her sister's arm. "It's okay, Claire, please. This is our way. Don't interfere." Aunt Claire looked at my mother, her eyes filled with disappointment. The argument ended, as it always did, in a tense stalemate. As my aunt was leaving, her eyes shimmering with tears, she knelt down and secretly pressed a piece of candy into my hand. The wrapper was so shiny, more beautiful than anything I had ever seen. She lowered her voice. "Listen to me, Willow. What your aunt gives you is love. Love, sweetheart. Love is free." I clutched the candy.